All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to do part 3 of the Super Bee seats. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, these went better. The back seats went better. I was not able to do these in the sun. It was raining out when I did them. And I did end up taking them to a guy, and he took a steam cleaner, or steamer, not steam cleaner, I'm sorry, steamer, and was able to attach the top backrest of the seat, the top coming down. I could not, no matter what I was trying, I could not get that to stretch far enough. And everything else was done. That cost me 20 bucks. Everything else I had done. So let's get into this video. I hope you enjoy it. This is the third and final one for the seats. Okay, here is the top of the back seats. It's been a couple weeks since I started doing these seats, and my front seats were quite the struggle. I learned a lot doing them. Unfortunately, a lot of the video I thought I was recording, but I wasn't, so there's a lot of that missing. But these seats here, pretty common. The sun baked the top of this top back seat out from the big back windows in them. I gotta tell you, when I finished them seats, holy cow, my arms were just sore as could be. The guys that do these seats, they know what they're doing, and they're working hard. They're earning every dollar they get, because I think my hands hurt for 2 days afterwards, stretching that seat on. I did end up going on Eastwood, and I found a stretcher for it. And looking at that stretcher, I can't remember what the price was, but I thought it was kind of expensive. So I went on Amazon, and I actually found a canvas stretcher that looked exactly the same, but the price was quite a bit cheaper. So I ordered that, and I'm going to try that, see how that works out on these seats anyway. The Legendary Auto Interior, I mean, their stuff is just their product is great. I mean, that fit great. I'm really wishing I wouldn't have lost it, or I thought I was recording it, but it didn't get recorded. And then some of it that did get recorded there was some pretty so much of it had to be edited, there wouldn't have been much video left. So and I thought, oh yeah, them fronts, that'll be easy, but no, that was tough. I'm telling you right now, guys, that is a lot. I did go on Classic Industries and order the new plastic pieces for the front seat, and also the mechanism to hold it all in for putting the seats forward and having them latch when they go back. And I do have to do a little bit more work on them because the seats were pretty bent up. And They just aren't going together correctly in the center. Also, found out while doing that using the bed of my pickup seemed to really work well. What the heck is going on there? Well, there we go. We got a little bit of damage down here. I don't think that's too bad. The top of it actually looks better than what I thought it would. Bring that around. So I hopefully will not have to add any foam to this. I did not have to add any foam to the front ones, which was good because, well, it didn't get here in time. It didn't get here in time. I ordered it through Amazon. It said, oh, order in the next 12 hours and it'll be there Friday. Yeah, I did. Ordered it right away. Didn't get here till Monday. Not really sure how we lost that during the whole COVID thing. Amazon just decided, yeah, we're not going to ship them like we used to. It used to be overnight, but not anymore. So I'm sure they're sending it cheaper than what they did, which means more money for them. All right, here's the tops. The top of the seat. Figure out which way it actually goes. Thinking probably like that. Whew. Yeah. So I guess the best thing to do is kind of put it on the opposite way I took it off, which would be start at the top, I guess. Well, maybe not. I think it's best to start at the bottom. If this is actually the bottom, I think this might be the top. I'm confused. I'm not really sure which way is top and which way is bottom. Here's my stretcher deal. We're gonna see if this works today. Well, here we go. We're gonna try these. See if they work. That's really strange how that doesn't seem to line up. I think it's centered right there. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here. If you look, see how that sticks up here? And then it's doing the same thing on this side too. So this here needs to be pulled down. Before I go get too far in this, I'm going to go get the back seat, get it apart. I don't want to start fastening this down. I want to make sure that everything is level. Anyway, I want to make sure everything is straight and all my marks are going to be correct. Otherwise, I'm going to get it all done, put the seat in, and nothing's going to match. That's not going to be cool. Okay, here's the bottom. You gotta take those things off. And not only are they super cheap, but I really don't care to have them on there. When I bought this interior, it was actually pretty nice. Just over the years, it just dry rotted, basically. Let's get started on this. When it comes to tools, everybody's kind of got their preference. And my preference has always been Snap-on. And to this day, I think that Snap-on probably makes the best tools. But I don't turn wrenches for a living anymore, and no Snap-on dealer comes to see me. I've seen the Snap-on dealer in his truck at like a convenience store, and I've flagged him down and give me his card. Oh yeah, just give me a call, you know. And we'll figure out when you're going to be around, I'm in your area such and such day. Perfect. Try to call him, never answers. So I guess what I'm saying is, when it comes to screwdrivers, Snap-on is hands down the best screwdriver you can use. But, and their sockets, everything about them is great. The wrenches are great. But I've been finding myself going more towards buying my tools elsewhere, just because I've got tools that need to be serviced that I can't get serviced. I've got ratchets that need to be fixed. I can't get that done. So, and I would buy more tools from the Snap-on guy if he would show up. That's the thing about it. So a lot of the tools you're going to see me use are going to be Snap-on. And then there'll be some Craftsman, but I don't think Craftsman standards is what it used to be either. Ever since Sears sold them out, they just kind of became a, I don't know. I think I've got old school Snap-on. If you get the Snap-on professionals, they seem to be okay. Or the Craftsman. The Craftsman professionals. If you get the Craftsman professionals, they seem to be okay. But I've been finding myself going to Harbor Freight, buying stuff, and kind of switching over to Icon, really. I did try a Pittsburgh ratchet. It was a 1/4-inch drive, and I always kind of wanted that style of ratchet. The head on it totally oscillates, I guess, or turns. And yeah, it was on sale, so I bought it. And I want to say I used it maybe 3 times, and it wouldn't stay. Like the teeth stripped out on it. It wasn't like I was using it on anything real hard. I mean, it was just a little 1/4-inch drive ratchet. So I ended up going and getting the Harbor Freight one, or the Icon one. Same exact wrench, from the looks of it, but I haven't had any problems with that one yet. I know there's a lot of guys like me who don't have the money to go out and buy a bunch of tools. I've done this for so many years that I've collected a lot of these tools. You know, I'm just not out buying them fresh. Kind of like these old Mopars. I got all these parts and pieces. You know, I'm trying to build that Cornet and this Super Bee back, but I'm trying to do it with as least amount of spendage as possible, because I'm not made of money. I'm just a normal guy, just doing this for the love of the cars. And if you're not doing it for the love of the cars, you're probably not going to do it, because you're surely not going to make any money. At least from the hours that you would have in it. Doing your own car, you could probably go out and buy one for cheaper than what you're trying to restore your own car for, if you figure in the hours. So you got to kind of do this for the love of the cars. It's almost like glued on there. Jeez. Taking these apart also. My recommendation would try be to wear a mask because, wow, there is some dirt and dust in there. Again, I don't always do things the safest. I had a guy comment that I should wear gloves and all this, and you know, my glasses, they're prescription safety glasses, and I know that I should probably be wearing gloves on a lot of this stuff. Heck, I don't even wear gloves when I weld half the time. So I'm gonna really do some heavy welding. I used to use deerskin gloves when I welded. They're really good because you could actually feel what you were doing, but at the same time, they got too close to heat and shrink pretty quick. Did that with TIG welding. Use them when I would TIG weld. Can't believe I got to cut these twice. Just how rusted up they are. They're like rusted together. Kind of ran into that on that other one. All right, got all the hog rings out, I think. Or cut. Seat out. Oh wow. You can actually come in here and there's a manufacturer did these seats. Here, let me see if I can bring you in on that. Four of 1968 is when these were manufactured. I'm not sure what the 2C stands for. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows. But the lettering is NAUGAHYDO. Nagohido? Heck, I don't know how to even say it. There we go. Here's a better picture of it. Right there. 4 of 1968. P.O. Thought that was a G or a C. Yeah, it is. It's a PC. That's pretty cool. And voila! That looks pretty good yet too. I'm gonna finish clipping the rest of these off. That stupid side cutters keeps falling. You gotta be kind of careful because those things go flying. All right, let's set this aside for a moment. Kind of clean up this work area. Look at this. I got a kit, and that actually comes with gloves. Nope, don't like those. Also, comes with pliers. A bunch of these. And they're Green Teeth certified. So there's that. Okay, started that one backwards, didn't I? I'm going to try my stretchers. Tell you what, the guys that put in this interior stuff, they have got to be some strong hombres. You know, the trick is going to be to keep this all connected in these corners. When I go to get the other piece on. These line up perfect. So really, I should be able to just hog ring them right now. And that would help keep it. I don't know what size hog rings I'm supposed to use, but I think these would be fine. As long as they work, I don't care how big they are. Well, those aren't going to be quite big enough, I don't think. So let's go to these here. Have you ever just started doing things that you bought and you think the Chinese are laughing at us? That's what I think. I think the Chinese are sitting back there laughing at us. They're like, look at that dumb American. We got him to do that. All about saving a buck. Man, I really thought that was right. Why does this side seem so much? You know, maybe once I get the other piece on there, let's just. This isn't right. I can always cut it back off there. Okay. Yeah, just be that way. too far on this whole deal. I want to make sure. That's pretty close, I think. Just like that. Should be how they sit in there. Sure how. That's what this thing's for, right? Not sure how I'm going to get that to do that. Well, that's what this is supposed to do. Well, we'll see how that works. Yeah, sure. Again, the Chinese laughing at us. That's what's going on. Why does it not look like it hits this area the same? Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe I just don't have it tight in there. Sure, I grabbed absolutely nothing. I'm gonna end up using all these big ones. I'm not gonna have enough. There, that held something. Those things fall out of there faster than you can put them in there. Well, the stretcher works great, but it almost, this is like a two-man job. Trying to keep this tight and put them in there is almost impossible. Oh yeah, there you go. That's some real Chinese junk there. Jesus. Maybe I should have spent the extra money for the ones from Eastwood Company. I probably wouldn't be cussing right now. Well, no, that's not true. I'd probably still be cussing. There you go. That's old school. Hog ring pliers that I'm pretty sure my dad had back in the 1950s. Probably while he actually worked on a hog farm. They worked better than the cheap crap I bought. These hog rings are definitely... I want you to look at this. So these are the hog rings I bought off of at a farm store. Here's the ones that came from Amazon. Now, granted, these are smaller, but look at the difference in size. I don't know if you can see that. Just look at the difference in size. And I don't really think these are what you're supposed to use. Heck, I don't know. Can I just keep putting them right on the hole? This was kind of curious. Okay, well, I got the back part of the seat, the backrest of the back seat done. No, excuse me. I got the bottom of the back seat done. And the top piece just was, it was fighting me. Tooth and nail. I ended up calling a guy that, does that for a living that I know, and he told me that he probably needs to be steamed, because whatever and even if I got it in there, I didn't have the correct tool to actually put the deals in there. The hog ring pliers, it was just a strange angle to get to. So I'm going to end up taking them to him, and we'll see how they end up looking at the end. The bottoms came out okay. The tops, they're okay, but there needs to be a little bit more work on that top seat. Like I said, we'll there's a metal piece that's bent in the back, and it's kind of making it not match up well. So that's going to take a little bit of work. So, and all he really has to do is that the backrest. So all the rest of it I have done. So all right. So here's the front seats after they've been recovered. And I did all these. Now, there's some things that were kind of makes me think. There was kind of a large guy that drove this thing. This piece here, let me get you so you can see what I'm looking at. This piece here was all bent. This one was bent out this way and back. And also, if you look at that, somebody had welded this. I was really confused. At first when I looked at it, I thought they were welded together, but they're not welded. They just put a weld on here because that was coming off the bar. That was coming off this bar right here. So I need to grind this down a little bit, because as I was bending this piece back, this was getting too close and looked like it was about ready to tear that. So I'm going to grind this piece off, grind this weld off, and see if I can get this to line up right. Okay, I got this together here, and this now, you put the spring clip on. I ended up grinding that off, and it's also riding on this piece here where it's supposed to. Come over here and look, it's a lot closer lined up than what it was. Still not perfect, but I think I'm just gonna live with it. I had to take this centerpiece here, pound it that way quite a bit to even get it in that close. Otherwise it was probably a good half a strip off. It was huge. Passenger side, that lines up really well. I'm pretty happy with that. And as you can see, this is where the spring clip goes, and it rides on that deal there. That's how they're supposed to go. Bought these new covers through Classic Industries. Let me tell you what, I am not happy with those. Those are about as cheap as they come. They have these little deals that go behind it. Instead of it being molded in, you got to put these behind it. And I don't know. That just, to me, that looks like crap. I don't know who Dash Top Industries are, but as far as I'm concerned, your one needs to start upping their some of their products. I mean, we're spending big money on this. I also got these while I was there. And I was kind of disappointed that they didn't come with the little chrome deal, so I'll have to order them, but I got to get these put in to latch the seats. But other than that, these seats are pretty much done. And this is how they turned out. I'm pretty happy with them. So, well, all in all, that's how the seats turned out. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, I guess. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, suggestions, know of any place where I could get better covers, you know, the side covers or whatever, let me know down in the comments, because I'm honestly not happy with them at all. I think they look like trash, and supposedly they got a lifetime warranty, but you have to mail a thing into them, and with a copy of your receipt and all this stuff just for the warranty. And really, I'm not sure it's worth it, but they weren't cheap. You know, as cheap as they were made, I mean, you look at that and I think, man, it probably cost the guy 10 bucks. But anyway, got the RT in here. I'm making a jig off of it, off the frame of it, so that I can get ready to clip this other cornet. So be looking for that video on the jig anyway. Also have a transmission leak on this, trying to find it. I don't know. The second gear band is about adjusted completely out on this, so it really probably needs to be rebuilt anyway. The transmission was redone 24 years ago, so it's not that it has many miles on it, but it doesn't get driven all the time. So my thoughts on it is, you know, it's got a seal leaking. Well, I know it's got a seal leaking somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's coming where the shifter linkage goes in. Shift shaft seal, I think is what they call it. That's hard to say. Shift shaft seal. Say that one 3 times fast. And you got to drop the valve body out of it unless you have a special tool, which I do not have that special tool. I could probably buy one. And if I'm going to drop the valve body out of it, I'm putting a shift kit in it. I'm going to I'm going to take the second accumulator spring out of the piston, just so it has a little bit harder shifts. So I don't know. At that point, I'm thinking second gear band is already pretty much adjusted out anyway. Maybe it's just time to rebuild the transmission and rebuilding a 440 for it anyway. So maybe that's the best time to do it. I don't know. I'd like it to get it through this summer and do that this next winter. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Hope you like this video. Thanks for sticking around for all 4 or all 3 of the series, I guess. And you know, until next time, like, share, subscribe, do all that. And thank you for all your support and for watching the videos. Thank you.